So they met up with every last one of Kunikida's ideal woman standards. Though they weren't exactly a lady, they were a they. Basically whoever the heck was reading or listening to this. And because they met with these standards, Kunikida has been trying to woo them, in his words, for 3 months. Wonder had only been a part of the agency for 4 months. He went to the boss for advice, but he had nothing to offer because he was never in this sort of situation. Akiko, Rampo, and even Atsushi even thought Kunikida had his doubts about asking him. Finally, he went to the person who annoyed him the most. Trying to win over Wanderer, Kunikida? Dazai asked with a hand on his chin.
Yes, Dazai, that's what I've been saying.
Kunikida said from his hands, ashamed that he went to the suicidal idiot for help. Well, I've noticed that you've been taking very direct approaches, Dazai said after some thinking.
Oh. Had he really?
Well, there was that one time where the second he realized that they fit his ideals, he raided every flower shop in the near vicinity and decorated their office head to toe with them. There was also that time where he had Rampo have Poe write a poem for them that he would read in hopes they'd like it. They were actually sick that day, so they were safe from that. That event was also followed by lots of small gestures after that. And all in the span of 3 months. Why don't you try something calm and subtle? Dazai threw into the mix and Kunikida snapped back to it.
What do you mean by that?
He asked and looked away. Well, Wanderer is the gatekeeper of weird thoughts. Dazai said and got out his headphones.
No, they're not,
Kunikida said, confused. Yes they are. Almost everyone's voice in the agency yelled. He was pretty sure he even heard the boss's voice too. See? Set up a small talk meeting with them, okay? Dazai confirmed and then went to listen to his music.
I guess that would be an appropriate option,
Kunikida thought and sent them a text before going off to take the case that had popped up. They both found themselves in Wanderer's office. Kunikida was sitting properly while Wanderer was upside down with their legs crossed.
What have you, been thinking about?
Kunikida barely managed to get out while mentally slapping himself for messing up that bad. They squinted at the wall, deciding what to say. If your hand got cut off, would it hurt? They said suddenly. They looked at Kunikida for the answer.
Well, yes,
he said, putting his notebook to rest on the table. Where would you feel the pain? Wanderer looked up at the ceiling.
In your hand of... Wait.
Kunikida was about to start a lecture of how silly of a question that was until he stopped himself. Exactly! They exclaimed while putting their arms out. How would you feel the pain in your hand if your hand is gone? The two persons finished together at the end while Wander let their hands drop to the floor and they started to mutter to each other about the topic. Both of them decided to drop it because it made their heads hurt.
I might have one,
Kunikida said while rubbing his chin. They looked at him in curiosity.
If you get scared half to death twice, do you finally die?
He asked with one of those smart-ass smirks because he thought it would stump them. Then they looked straight at the wall and thought. Wander looked all around for an answer. Then they started laughing, which stumped Kunikida instead.
Why are they laughing? Is the thought too silly?
He frantically thought before they sat up. Haven't thought of that one. They giggled and Kunikida tried not to blush. I guess you would. They looked up with a smile. Then their look of happiness turned back into one of confusion. Then would the phrase "scared me half to life" apply? Wander looked back to Kunikida and sent themselves back into the endless void of thinking. Meanwhile, they've been going at this for a while now, Atsushi said to Daza and Rampo, who were looking over his shoulder.
Oh, record them. This might go on for hours. It's Kunikida thinking about stupid stuff.
Daza whispered excitedly.
Better yet, live stream it.
Rampo snickered. Both of them snickered until they felt a presence behind them. There was Kyoko standing above them. I've got the camera. She deadpanned with sparkles. The four of them huddled around the camera and watched as both the chosen one for stupid thinking and the usually rationally smart one rant into each other about the random things that made absolutely no sense.